Hello, welcome back to another episode of Ramble Rousing, the only MTG show that does not have Black Lotus VIP. I'm your host, Ethan, bringing with me another topic in the world of Magic, and today we're going to talk about MagicCon Atlanta. So this past weekend, I got the opportunity to go to MagicCon Atlanta. I'm now recording this follow-up video the Monday after MagicCon weekend. I'm not totally sure when this video will be posted, as I still have to edit it. And I am currently just entrenched in playing Hades 2. Oops. But I wanted to record now just to get my thoughts out in a video format. Get them on paper, so to speak. And hopefully, if I am not lazy, this video will go up sooner rather than later. So it is at least relevant. But yeah, I just really want to talk about my experience at MagicCon Atlanta. Kind of, talk about it, compare it to MagicCon Vegas, which I also had the opportunity to go to. And while doing so, I wanted to show off some of the swag I got, some of the cards that I bought, as well as open some packs, because I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me shuffle a deck this entire time. And so I will put this to the side and reveal a Mystery Booster 2. So I have a few Mystery Booster packs that are sitting next to me. So I figured I'd just crack these on camera and talk about MagicCon Atlanta as I do so. So yeah, let's just get into it. So as I open the first one, talking about MagicCon Atlanta, the first thing that I wanted to kind of mention was just how much bigger the convention was this time around. Not necessarily in population size, but also in just like how actually big the convention center was. In Vegas, the convention center wasn't very big, and so compared to here in Atlanta, they use the World Congress Center down in Atlanta, Georgia, which was super nice of them to do. And so just the convention itself was bigger, and that was just a super bonus. I felt like I was able to like move around better, which was really nice. And so that was super cool. But speaking on like actual events themselves, one of the cool things that I got to do was I actually got to go to the Game Nights Live show on Friday. So Friday, most of my time was spent in the Mana stage, which is kind of like their main stage for showing stuff off. So I did the preview panel, which I'll get into some of the preview stuff later that I wanted to talk about. And then I also went to Game Nights Live and watched that with a bunch of friends. And at there, I actually got this really cool like clapper thing. I'm trying to show all of it here. Game Nights Live. Unfortunately, I only got one clapper because the other half of the clapper was given to someone else, and then he just gave us this one. So I ended up taking it home, but I have half a clapper now, which is kind of funny. But hey, that's cool. I got half a clapper. At Game Nights, the one thing I did end up missing from the Vegas one, so I got this flag at Game Nights Vegas when they did the colleges, I guess. And they had the flags this year as well, but I wasn't seated in the section that had the flags. I meant to run over to see if I could get one after the show, but I ended up forgetting to do that. So, but these are really cool as well. I'm sad I did not get the Atlanta one, but yeah, who knows? Maybe in a future event I'll find it. Yeah, that part was really cool. And as I stop speaking about that, let us reveal what we got here. Decanter. Ooh, a god. That's pretty cool. Nice. Hazaret the Ferventless. And what is this? Simian Spirit Guide. Exile and add. So it's like Elvish. Is it Elvish Mystic, the green one? And my future site, Nomads and Core. So here's the fun part where I don't really know. Ooh, Dairy Cow. Nice. The test card. I don't know if this test card is a reference to ProZD's video or not. If you haven't seen ProZD's trading card video, it's very funny. I don't know if this is a reference to that video or not, or which one is made first. It looks like this card was made 2024, so it might be a reference to it, but hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll put the prices of all these cards somewhere, so that way you guys can see them. But anyways, back to MagicCon Atlanta. One of the cool things about Game Nights Live was just like I thought the people at Game Nights Live were really cool. Obviously, they had three people from the Command Zone. So it was Rachel, Jimmy, and Josh. And then Jacob Bertrand was their special guest, and I was not necessarily nervous, but I didn't know. With guests that are generally more famous outside of the MTG sphere, you never know how they kind of meld with the people on the stage. But Jacob Bertrand was great. He was probably the funniest guy on the stage, in all honesty. And so I knew he was kind of like ooh, Torch Existence is a great card. I know he's is into kind of like the nerdier stuff, so it was really cool to see him up there. But shout out to Jacob Bertrand, did a great job, playing his role on the stage for Game Nights Live. So that's mostly what I did Friday, was did the panels on the Mana stage, and that was really cool. So then going to Saturday. Saturday was a lot of shopping, mostly buying some cards. I found a new commander, and I'll show it off a little bit later. I bought a new commander that I want to start building out, and so that is going to be my plan with that. But one of the things I got to do was I did an Gavin Verhey Unknown event, and that was so much fun. And I wanted to get into that. Ooh, nice. I got a Jace there. Really cool. In the future site. Or not future site, but the Mystery Booster 2. My future site is Contamination. That's pretty cool. Being an step sacrifice unless you sacrifice a creature. If a land is tapped for mana, it produces swamps. Ooh, very, very nice. Calls from the Grave. Put a random creature from a random graveyard into play. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to, like I said, I'll flash the amounts of each card onto the screen somewhere. I don't expect to get anything good out of these packs, but just opening them for fun. Anyways, back to the topic. Yeah, so I went to do the Unknown event, the Gavin Verhey Unknown event on Saturday, and during the event, basically, we built a 60-card commander deck. That we then got to play with play a couple rounds with, obviously using the test cards. If I'm sure people have seen online how the Unknown events work. They use a lot of test cards. They use a lot of these, even the mystery boosters. So we got 3 mystery booster 2s, we got 3 Spider-Mans, and we had to build a deck, a commander deck, 60-card commander deck out of those. And so I just kind of wanted to show off some of the cards I got, because one of the things I love about the Unknowns events and why I wanted to do an Unknown event this time around was because I love the different test cards that they do, because they're generally pretty thematic to, whatever MagicCon you're going to. And so one of my favorite cards that I pulled was the Waffle Restaurant. I mean, just like a straight reference to Waffle House. Sorry, I shouldn't say I pulled it. They actually gave this as a promotional. I got this as a promotional, but it's just so funny. It's a Waffle House. That's so cool. Very relevant to Atlanta natives like myself. So that's just really, really funny. Got a couple test cards, obviously, from the mystery boosters. Soul Ring was pretty cool. Enchant non-land permanent. Enchanted permanent is a Soul Ring. I actually won a game because I turned a big threat of an enemy's into a Soul Ring. So that was really cool to do. This one, okay, so Brave Falconhawk, at the time, I did not understand what this card was. I then went on Reddit and realized it's the Brave Falconhawk, Braves, Falcons, and Hawks, which are the pro sports teams in Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Hawks, that creates a contested game ball token, and then gives counters based off the amount of, gives 1/1 counters based off the amount of counters on the game ball. This is very funny. this is so clever, and I didn't get it at the time. I just thought, oh, Brave Falcon Hawk, whatever, ha ha ha. This is very, very funny, and I'm now that I get the joke, I am very glad I pulled this card. So yeah, just like the two. I really wish I got the Spaghetti Junction test card as well from the Festival in a Box, but obviously I didn't. But man, these two cards were just really, really funny to get. Other than that, the deck is kind of boring. Opened up a bunch of Spider-Man. There's some, like I said, some Mystery Booster 2s in here. 17 Years Cicada is another test card that I got. I did pull Dryad Arbor, Archon, which are just generally good commander cards. So yeah, overall, again, the event was a lot of fun. Really well ran. I liked... We basically, after you built your deck, you got to go find whomever was available and just play with them, rather than waiting for, like, you know, seed assignments or anything like that, which was great because it made things go really fast. So if you had a fast game, you could just go find someone else to go play with. And, you know, wins and losses weren't counted, so you just kind of got to go there and play. And that was just really, really cool. So shout out to Gavin Verhey, the Unknown event. Definitely an event, if you're going to any MagicCon, highly recommend doing it. It was for charity as well, so that was really cool. They supported Extra Life with this event. So just an overall insanely fun event. Highly recommend doing Unknown events. And so yeah, that was most of my Saturday was just shopping and playing in that Unknown event, which was really, really cool. A few of the things I actually didn't get to do this time around that I have done in previous years or I shouldn't say previous years, I should say in a previous MagicCon, was I actually got to go to the artist signings, which is what I did quite a bit of it in Vegas, actually. But Blessing Leech is a great card. But I didn't get to do a lot of it in Atlanta. Part of it was okay because, you know, I looked beforehand to see how many artists would be there of cards that I kind of own and I'm interested in getting signed. And there were quite a few. That being said, I felt okay not going to the artist alley this time, but highly recommend if you are ever going to a MagicCon to go check out those artists, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna find what you need. They're really cool. Getting those artist signatures on the cards are just awesome. I just didn't get a chance to do a lot of it this time around. So yeah, let's see what we got here. Ooh, what is this? Mardu Outrider. As an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card. Nice. And Enter the Dead. Interesting. Oh, Eater of the Dead. Enter of the Dead. I can read. Magic players can read cards, in fact. Flunge Gunk Guardian. Is this the one that makes gunk tokens? It is. I've heard of this test card before. Very, very funny card. It basically is just a dead card in your hand, which is very, very funny. A dead draw, so to speak. But that's very cool. So anyways, yeah, back to talking about MagicCon a little bit. On Sunday, I got to do the loading ready runs chaos event. Another really, really fun event that I got to do. I actually cool story. We have a lot of cool stories from that event because A, the loading ready run guys are all really, really cool. But B, my friend group that I went along with actually got to interact with quite a few of them. Two of my friends ended up playing against some loading ready run members. So I had a friend who played against Surge. I had a friend who played against Graham. And so that was really cool to see for them to have the opportunity to play against some LRR members. I think Surge actually also posted a picture of one of my friends who they just absolutely beat Surge with. I believe they beat him with I don't remember the card. Maybe it was a second rights. Not totally sure, but I'll put the post here somewhere on the video. But that was really cool. Got to play with them. I ended up actually, like me myself, I ended up getting to sit next to Corey when we were doing the draft portion of the event, like building our decks. And so it was really cool to have cards like just passed to me by Corey. And they were awesome. So shout out. It was a lot of fun to do. And so definitely the Unknown event and the LRR events were really, really cool. Highly recommend doing both those events if you ever get the opportunity to go to MagicCon. It was well worth. I think I won't lie, they were both like about $90 a piece. But the cards that you get were pretty cool. Loading Ready Run gave us a collector booster of Spider-Man as well. That just kind of came along with, going into the draft, and that was really cool of them to do that. So, yeah, it was just overall very, very cool. And Future Sight. Oh, that's great. A Basalt Monolith Future Sight. Okay. Wait, that's so cool. So I own a Basalt Monolith already. But getting a Future Sight version of it is really, really cool. I love that. Wow. Okay. And test card. I think we saw it a little bit. Value Town. Nice. That's really cool. But yeah, Basalt Monolith. Again, I'll flash it's non-foil. I don't know. It might be hard to see on the camera. It is non-foil, but I don't know how much. Basalt Monoliths generally are somewhat expensive. So that's a really cool pickup to get to see. But yes, Loading Ready Run event was a lot of fun. I was actually shuffling the Loading Ready Run deck earlier. I didn't pull anything super interesting out of it, but I did get, this Infernal Grasp looks nice. It's always good to have an Infernal Grasp. Paw Pack Recruit's worth a few dollars. Mowu was just cool to pull, and I was like, so you can kind of see like the theme is just like a 1/1 counter deck. I had a lot of 1/1 counter synergies. But yeah, overall just like a really fun event to do with, unfortunately not a lot of cool pulls, but so be it. That's how the dice fall. But just overall a great event. Highly recommend doing that as well if you get there. So yeah, some of the other highlights I wanted to mention, just like the people there obviously were really cool. I love hanging out with other Magic players. Everyone there was like, every person who I interacted with were just super nice. And so that just kind of added to just the overall experience. It was just a lot of fun to do. Yeah, so that was just great to be around other people. It's always great to be around other people that enjoy the same thing you do. And so that was really, really cool. Okay, let's talk about some of the bad. Because I definitely don't, I don't want to necessarily make it seem like everything was good. It was a fun event. It was great. Obviously, not everything is always going to be the best. And so there will always be some bad, and that just kind of comes along with the territory. So one of the bads is always going to be the lines. And I never want to complain about the lines because convention centers will always have lines. That's kind of just how, that's just how it falls. Ooh, Cabal Ritual. Nice. Another, basically just a dark ritual. But as I was saying, the lines are always going to be bad. I never really want to complain about lines because, like I said, it just happens that way. Sometimes lines just kind of get in the way, so to speak, of conventions, and there's nothing bad. The lines, honestly, the morning line was not bad. The morning lines, because they opened the doors at 8:30. You can kind of get in there, but you have to wait. You cannot get into the show floor until 10. So that's like an hour and a half of just waiting around. Obviously, with my friends there, it was a little bit easier on myself, getting to hang out with them and just kind of shooting the shit. I played a lot of Arena while waiting around in lines, which was really good. Smart thing to do. Bring your phone, bring a portable charger, sit around, play Arena. So yeah, lines or whatever, they're gonna exist in conventions. Just be aware that they're gonna suck sometimes. The second thing that was kind of sucky was just convention pricing, which is kind of another unavoidable. A lot of the cards that I bought, definitely, even these packs, these like Mystery Booster 2 packs, they all suffer from convention pricing, right? that's just kind of how it works. And so, you know, I don't want to be necessarily too hard on convention pricing, because as much as it sucks, it's another one of those necessary evils. No, I wouldn't even say necessary. It's one of those evils that exist, right? And so just kind of, you know, when you're there, be aware that, you know, convention pricing is going to be, in fact, be a thing. And, you know, you'll, as much as it sucks, it's there. And some of the cards I'll show off kind of later, in fact, do have, they're still marked by how much I bought them for. So, you might see some of the convention pricing on those things. So yeah, Yawgmoth's Day Planner, interesting. Yeah, you might see some of the convention pricing on that. Actually, you know what? Since I'm speaking about them now, I might as well just kind of show off some of the stuff here. Like I said, I'll keep the pricing of some of this stuff on. Not all of it is the true pricing. For example, I did not buy an Authority of Consoles for $10. There are kind of a few cards that I stacked together. So I think the $10 is for this Comball, which is a great card. Don't get me wrong, and it's pretty expensive. But $10 was definitely an upcharge for it. But I am building a Karlov of the Ghost Council deck, and I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but one of the cool things I did get to do was I did actually get Graham from Loading It Ready Run to sign this card. So that was really, really cool of him to do that. So yeah, I'm building a Karlov of the Ghost Council deck. Yeah, just kind of showing off some of the stuff I got. Oh, what was $6 here? Let's see, what do I have here? $6 actually might be the D-Spark. This promo D-Spark that I've been hunting for a little while. Enduring Tenacity for 5, Godless Shrine for 7. I definitely tried to look for the... everything I have here is always kind of like going for the cheapest as I could. But man, shopping around... Let me tell you, shopping around inside the convention center can feel really, really bad. Because there's just so many people. It's really hard to tell, you know, what stuff is going to be priced at what. And when you find a place that has a good pricing... oh yeah, 17 for Vault of Champions. When you like find places that have good pricing, you're like, do I pull the trigger now, or do I try to go look for someone else who's selling it at a lower price? So I definitely recommend, unless your card has been like impossible to find, I definitely recommend do your shopping. Don't always try to overspend for anything that you don't need to. Do your shopping. Shop around. Don't be like me. Be a little more diligent. Because hey, look, this game already. I'm opening these packs. These packs were like $12, and I'm definitely not getting any of my value back for them. So you know, just be aware. Always take care of your wallet when you go to these events. I say as the hypocrite. But yeah. Some of the other stuff I got, you can see this playmat. This is a free playmat. This is the playmat that came with the premium weekend. Very, very beautiful playmat. I actually like this. I like it a lot more than the Vegas one. The Vegas playmat was like a Ugin, I think. But this one looks really, really beautiful. There was the one playmat I did miss that I regret missing was the Dan one. So if you haven't seen already, they announced the Dan Secret Lair over there. At Atlanta, and there was a Dan event that had a playmat of the fish itself from the Secret Lair on it. I do miss not getting that. That was same time as the Mystery Booster 2 draft, or Mystery Booster the Unknown event. So I didn't get to go do that. Ooh, Incremental Blight, nice. I might need this for a deck, so that's cool. Yeah, that's the one thing I actually did miss that I kind of regret missing, because. Man, the Dan Secret Lair looks so beautiful. I'm very excited for it. Dan is a great format. Haven't gotten to play it yet, but I have watched quite a few videos, and I'm hoping to get myself on that soon. Ooh, interesting. Flying Deathless Lifelink. Other creatures control flying get +1/+0. Whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment, create a 1/1 blue fairy token with flying. That's cool. Esper, I might have to make a deck. We'll see. Let's see. What do we get? Transcendent Master. Level up. Interesting. And you level up as 1. Okay. Curious. Okay. I don't know. I don't think it's good, but I haven't seen a card like that, so it's cool to see. Rot Hulk. Okay, that's cool though. Return X target zombie cards. Yeah, Rot Hulk and Future Sight. That's cool. And Sliver. Ooh, Slivers have hope. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures with hope. Nice. So yeah, as I was saying, just, you know, I missed the Dan playmat. A-okay. It was still really cool. So yeah. Okay, last mystery booster. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I didn't mention that I really wanted to mention. Ooh, I looked over and I saw this. I did pick up, if you've been watching my content either on social media or watching my shorts here on YouTube, you'll know that I have been doing the Strixhaven, getting all the Mystical Archive cards. One of the things I didn't have at the time was the Secret Lair drop, so I actually got the Showcase Strixhaven. I'll probably make another, like a separate video opening this bad boy. But it was really cool to pick this one up. I'm really glad I did. Definitely overpaid for it. Again, watch your wallet. But hey, I needed it for the collection, so I'm really, really glad I got it. I also got these cool sleeves from Dragon Shield. I'm sure at this point you've seen their announcement about the partnering up with MTG and doing a bunch of these different arts. So these are the land series. I'm really excited for the guilds series, which is what I cared about more than the lands, because I really want the Orzhov one. Obviously, I got Marsh Flats as my land one, but these are really cool as well. So I'm really excited to see what Dragon Shield does with those. Yeah, I think that's mostly been everything. So hey, let's just hit this last one and see what do we get. Again, really fun time as I kind of close out this video. It was a really, really fun time. I'm really excited that we are coming back to Atlanta next year. I don't know if I'll have the opportunity to go to the other ones. Definitely not the Amsterdam one. But I was like, ooh, what's the opportunity of me going to Vegas next year to hit the Vegas one again, like I did this year? But we'll see. MagicCons have just been a lot of fun for me. I really love the vibe that MagicCon has. And you're really getting to spend a weekend with a bunch of people that just have the same interest as you, and that's always a huge W. So yeah, let's open this last pack and see what we get. Arrogant Vampire. Ooh, Bastion of Remembrance. Hell yeah. Okay. That's just a good card in general. I say as someone who plays Aristocrats. I'm sure if you don't play Aristocrats, and that card means nothing. Ooh, Utopian Stroll. Nice. Okay. Prosperous Innkeeper. I've seen quite a few of those. Those are always a good card. Strixhaven. My beloved. Hangerback Walker. It's crazy. I think this card is really good. I'm surprised it is a rare. I don't know much about this set, but hey, who knows? Azorius Renegade, nice. And Future Sight, Goblin Lackey and Foil. Okay, I don't know how much. I know the foil cards are more expensive. I don't know if Goblin Lackey is good. Again, I'll put the price here, and maybe I'm underreacting. And if I am underreacting, then here's my overreaction. Oh my God, foil! Clip that and post that on social media. But I mean, it's an uncommon. It probably isn't worth that much. It is foil, though. It's kind of hard to see. But this is a foil Future Sight, so I'll take a look at how much that is later. Hello. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, emblem, or gameplay tracker. Cool. Probably the only thing that can hit an emblem. But yeah, so those were all the mystery boosters I had. Goblin Lackey might be worth something. Let's see, what else do I think is worth something? Let's see if I can find it. Not Cabal Ritual, what is it called? Basalt Monolith. The Basalt Monolith for sure is hopefully worth something, yeah. There it is. Yeah, I think these two are for sure the best hits. I don't think I made up any of my money, unless I did, in which case I'll flash the $100 I made and or didn't make. But hey, two really good pulls either way. Yeah, I think that's really it for MagicCon. Again, it was a really great experience, a lot of fun. I really enjoyed going. I enjoyed all the things I did. Hanging out with my friends was great. The two events, again, the Unknown event and Chaos, Chaos, Chaos with Loading Ready Run were both awesome. I think the few lowlights that exist out there are definitely outweighed by how much fun I had. And, you know, with any convention, you always just want to make the most of that convention. So, hey, if you end up getting the opportunity to go to MagicCon, go make the best of it. Go do the things that you enjoy. Go in with a plan is what I would highly recommend. Every day, know what you want to do. What are the things you want to go look at? If you want to go play Commander, go play Commander. If you want to do events, go do events. Hit the panels. Meet people. I got to meet quite a few people, and that was a lot of fun. The content creators there were all super chill. It was really cool to see, like, a few of the content creators kind of just, like, roaming around like any fan would. Just roaming around the show store, wanting to buy cards because, you know, we all play this game that we love. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing much more MTG content in the future. And yeah, just stick around. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys stick around for the journey.